Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Wealth Bootcamp, and I wanted to talk to you about the difference between ideas and action. It's a very simple kind of thing, but a lot of people don't quite understand it. Let me tell you something about my email inbox. Every single day, I'll get things in my email inbox where people will tell me about great ideas that they have. They'll say, "I just started this blog that's going to conquer the world," or they'll give me. Just a few minutes ago, I saw a brother who literally created a 10-page action plan on how he was going to create the largest black civil rights movement in history. And what was interesting was that I appreciated his passion, but honestly, I couldn't really see where he'd done anything more than put a bunch of ideas on paper. And sometimes, so this kind of inspired me to share a couple of thoughts about how to make sure that what you're trying to do is real versus just up here. I will say this: 99% of all ideas don't get executed. 99.9%, I bet you. A lot of that coming up with a good idea is a lot like having sex, but developing an idea to fruition is a lot like raising a baby. Because coming up with an idea, you can do that in a minute. I could literally come up with a great idea in about 3 minutes that would look amazing on paper. But the idea, actually executing that idea, is literally going to take 10, 20, 30,000 hours of hard work over a number of years, a lot of little tiny steps. So that's why I compare it to raising a child, because you think about raising a child, it's not something you can do in 10 minutes. It's not something you can do in a day. It's not something you can do in a year. It's something that requires 18 years of consistent day in and day out effort. And that's just to get the child to adulthood. Once the child becomes an adult, they're still going to probably need things from you, even though they're a little more independent. So one of the things I challenge you to do is to not get so caught up in an idea that you think that because you came up with the idea that you've actually done something. A lot of people will see something that's real, and they'll compare their idea to what's real, and they'll literally think they've done more than the person who've actually built something. Well, the fact of the matter is that a well executed, mediocre idea is always superior to an extraordinary idea that hasn't got any work put behind it. So never get yourself caught in that trap. Always be a person of action, a person that follows through. Be a person of idealism, but almost like pragmatic idealism, if you want to call it that. And what I would mean by that is, think about what's practical, what's easy, what you can do, realistically. But be idealistic. Dream big, but just make sure you know the cost of that dream. Because sometimes writing down your ideas is almost like writing a big check or getting a big loan. And some people, when they get a loan or they write a check, they don't write a check they can't cash, or they don't get a loan they can't repay. Some people will take a loan for $1 billion because they're never really planning on repaying it. And so sometimes when you bring an idea to somebody and you say, invest in my idea, or I want you to believe in my idea as if it's real, what you're really asking them to do is give you a loan. You're asking them to give you real money in exchange for a theory, in exchange for a promise that you're going to follow through, in exchange for just this concept. Now, maybe if a person has a track record of actually executing their ideas, people might do that. But most of the time, especially people don't know you, they're not going to invest in an idea that you have. They're going to look at you and say, okay, well, what are you doing to make this work? So a lot of times when somebody comes to me and they say, I just created this extraordinary blog and I want you to help me promote it, and I'm going to start this movement. It's going to conquer the world. I'll say to them, okay, great. You know what? I'm going to share your link on my Facebook page to help you get started. But after that, I want you to come back to me in a year and then tell me how much progress you've made in a year, because then I'll know that you're serious. Because a whole lot of people make a whole lot of babies and don't want to raise those babies, and I'm talking about the ideas that you give birth to. Most of us are deadbeat parents. We will give birth to ideas and not even raise them. They'll be sitting over in file 13 on a piece of paper somewhere and never even saw the light of day. So don't be one of those people. Pick your core ideas, and usually, just like you can only raise maybe 3, 4, 5 kids comfortably in a lifetime. Well, a lot of times you can only take 3, 4, 5 major ideas and really push them through to the finish line. In over say a 10, 15, 20-year period. It's very difficult to do more than that, because really pushing something to the point where it's a multi-million-dollar corporation or whatever it is you want it to be, that takes a lot of work, So just keep that in mind as you build and as you grow, and that's all I wanted to share with you. All right, everybody, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Business School. Please take care. God bless. I'm gone. Peace.